All right, Nags, let's have some fun, big guy.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Jason, would you do the honors, my brother?
Absolutely. All righty. Our guest today is a 6'2" quarterback out of the University of Delaware, the 2018 AP Coach of the Year, two-time Super Bowl champion, and the current offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. 92%ers, please welcome Matt Nagy!
What's up, fellas? What's going on? How great is this? How we doing,
Coach?
Love it.
We love that you joined us, man. There's a lot of ties in here between the Upper East Coast, the Philly connection, the Kansas City connection. So it's awesome, and we'll get into all of that. You already know, man.
No doubt.
Appreciate you jumping on with us, dude.
East Coast guys, right? East Coast.
That's right.
Come on now. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm getting accustomed to it. I'm a Midwesterner myself. Been stuck here forever, but I'm getting accustomed to it.
Good.
Coach, how have OTAs been, man?
It's been great.
You've been excited seeing these young pieces come in and see their talent and everything?
It happens quick. The guys get in, you know it. Travis, you've been in here and you get those juices back going again, and the guys are rolling. Coach Reid, man, he doesn't stop. He's nonstop. He can't get enough of it. We love it. And I think the guys are in a good mindset right now. Everything that happened in that Super Bowl, we put that aside, we use it, and guys are in a good framework, coaches and players.
I know Trav's excited for that long drive drill. No doubt about it.
Come on now.
Oh, man. He kills it, man.
It'll bring the best out of you, baby. It'll bring the best out of you, man.
He kills it. You know that.
Test you mentally. No doubt.
I would tell everybody this all the time, man. You can train your ass off doing everything possible. You could go flipping tires, running cross country, running hills. You can do all of the training, the perfect off-season training possible. There is nothing that will get you ready for an Andy Reid long drive drill.
No.
You are going to start that drill and just know mentally that after about 15 to 18 plays, you are going to be fucking miserable.
Yes. The worst.
There's nothing you can do about it other than just take that misery on with a good attitude.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think, you know what? It's a funny story. So last year or 2 years ago, I was at the airport, and I forget what city I was in, whether it was Nashville or where it was, but I ran into Mitch Morse, of all people, and he was in
Mitch Morse, baby.
Yeah, man.
He just retired, man. I love that guy, man. Hell of a career, Mitch.
And he was leaving. Doug Peterson was down in Jacksonville, and Mitch was leaving to go down to Jacksonville. And it was the offseason. He had just got traded there or just signed there. And he said, Nags, he goes, man, I'm excited for my opportunity here and to get going here for maybe one last year in Jacksonville. But man, Nags, he's like, damn it, man. He's like, I do not look forward to these long drive drills. I almost didn't sign here with these long drive drills. And I just started dying laughing just thinking of all you guys.
Dude, it's the best, baby.
I still remember, and I don't, you probably don't remember this, Coach, but when Andy, it was, I think my second year, it might have been my first year, long drive drill, and we run a screen in the red zone. This had to be play 14 or 15. And Coach had to call a timeout because I just was lying on the field.
I'll never forget it. Never will I forget that.
He's like, "You all right, big fella?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be all right." He's like, "Oh, get back in there. Let's go. We got to get."
This is so good.
Trav, did you know Coach almost played my rookie year? Did you know this?
Dude, I did not know. I was just going to say, you said you didn't have any experience at the Andy Reid long drive drill. I thought you were out there slinging it with him.
Mike Vick got hurt. And I think Vince was having some issues too, or something and there was rumblings. They gave you a workout, didn't they? They put you on the field.
Yeah, I actually practiced, man. It was crazy. You guys get all these years of touchdowns and Super Bowls, and man, I got one day in the sun, and they called me up, and I was an intern at the time, and now I think they have a rule for it. You see the interns that come to practices in training camp, and they sit in the meetings and they follow. That was me in 2008. 2009. And my second year, I was there just helping out coaching. And Coach Reid, Veach was in Philly then. He calls me up. He goes, "Nags, what are you doing? Come over here, man. You got to go talk to Coach." And then Coach goes, "Do you have an agent?" Coach is like, "Do you have an agent? Are you in shape? And do you know the playbook?" And I was like, yes, and yes. And I really didn't know the playbook. I wasn't in shape, but I ended up getting to have one day in practice. And then they said, "You know what? No, dude, you're out. You can't do it." They nixed it.
They put a rule in.
Fuck.
They called it intern stashing.
Oh,
because there's like a way to add other player, like increase your roster size by having like players as like interns. And GAs. Yeah.
That ain't right, man.
And that was it, man. On to the coaching world.
How about that though? You and Veach, man. A lot of. I don't know if a lot of people know you and Brett Veach played college ball together. You were throwing my guy touchdown passes left and right, man. Veach was your wide receiver, right?
He was, yeah. He came in as a running back. I don't know if y'all know that, but he played at a big program in Mount Carmel. His dad was the coach, and he was a year college-wise younger than me. And so he came in as a running back, and we needed some help at wide receiver, so we bumped him to wide receiver there towards the end of my career. And I was out there throwing him passes, man, for a couple of years, and he was awesome, man. We had a couple plays versus Villanova that we still talk about to this day, and he was just he was a hell of a player.
Hell yeah, dog. That's so crazy, man. Going to college with somebody like that and then finding a way to work with them and win championships with them. That's got to be a cool connection, man, between you guys.
Oh, there's no doubt. And you know, the reason why I'm in the NFL right now is because of Brett Veach.
My dog.
Speaking of coaching and college, you guys are going to be setting to St. Joe's sooner or later for a little bit of training camp action. You guys are getting back Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco fully healthy this year, coming off of some injuries. How much do both those guys mean when they're fully healthy for you guys up for Kansas City?
It's huge for us. And, you know, these guys, I think it's very important for everybody to know, like, people talk about it and I've been able to witness it, but when these guys, they don't understand, and Pat went through it with Alex, but they don't understand how lucky they are to be able to have Trav help them and what they do, understanding how to practice, how to run routes, you know, the little details of just understanding how to take coaching. And so, like, I watch, and I know it's been documented, but like when Trav takes them off to the side and starts talking to them in his own lingo of how to run a certain route, that's like 10 times his weight in gold versus what any of us coaches are going to tell these guys, because it's respect factor that they have. And he doesn't have to do that. He's the greatest tight end, you know, to ever play the game. Jace, you're the greatest center to ever play the game. I mean, that's an unbelievable tandem. And for me to be able to coach you guys and see like what you guys were as mentors, those two young guys, Rashee and Xavier, what they have with Trav and what they have with Coach Reid and Patrick, it's special. And it really honestly, like, it makes coaching fun and it lets them just grow. And like, we see the growth and development. And that's the exciting part, is like to put it all together. And everyone's so selfless.
Yeah. And those are the best teams. The best teams are when the players are also coaching, right? They're coaching up the young guys.
For sure.
And that's also helping them retain it. Like, I always felt like, you know, the players coaching like the young guys, it wasn't like I was saying anything different than what Stout was saying. I'm just regurgitating that. But I'm saying it in a way because we're both on the same end receiving it from Stout. And when you say it to the player next to you, they're receiving it in the same way you interpreted it from the coach. Does that make sense? Like,
100%.
There's like a weird thing where, like, when you both are receiving the information from the head coach, then you have the same frame of reference from how it's taught. It's easier then to go off of that and say basically the same thing, just in like a slightly different way that the guy understands it, maybe in a different way.
Right.
It's just a little bit more reassuring for the young guys. And I appreciate you saying that, Nags. You already know.
Yeah,
I'm just one of your disciples, man. I just know I can find a way to make it make sense a little bit more. And sometimes all it takes is a few extra conversations about what we're seeing out there to really get everybody on the same page, man.
For sure. Absolutely.
You keep mentioning a guy named Pat Mahomes, though.
Yeah.
And I know we need to clear something up here. We had old Patty Mahomes on the show, and he told us a story prior to his draft interview with the Chiefs that you gave him the keys to you gave him the answers? Did you give him
answers to the test? Huh?
You gave him the answers to the test, Max?
Yeah, man. Fortunately, it ended up working out pretty good. You know, I mean, Veach and I were, we knew how much Veach and Coach Reid liked them, and obviously I was in love with them too. So like, you go into that process, and you guys know that whole deal with the combine and how it goes. But man, when you're convicted with somebody and you feel the way that we all did, I don't know. I guess it was better to ask for forgiveness than permission. One of those type of deals.
I love it.
Yeah, I'll never forget it, because we just sat back and we went through off to the side in the deal, like in between meetings throughout the day. It was the middle of the day. We actually talked a little bit through All Go Special, Trav.
Come on now, baby.
You know, just a little bit of some simple plays. But a few of them, and we also just said, hey man, you got to get one or two wrong here. You can't be 100% on the test. You got to get like the 95. Yeah,
it'll be obvious. It'll be obvious.
Yeah, but he killed it in the deal, and I think it stayed pretty quiet for many years, and then I guess he's the one that busted it out a few years ago.
Yeah, I love it.
Fortunately, it ended up working out.
Unbelievable, dog.
Well, let me ask you this: what made you so confident that Pat was the guy coming out to be able to do that?
You know, watching the tape, when we watch these players on tape, you know, you sit there and you can't put the tape down. You just want to keep watching more and more and more. And as you're watching it, you just see the plays that he's making and these stupid throws that, you know, he saw so much drop 8 in college. There was so much drop 8. So it was like, part of you was like, he's seeing all this drop 8. He's scrambling around, and, you know, no one's better than him when he's outside the pocket running around. He can make special throws, and he was doing a lot of that. So the question was like, okay, what type of person is he? And, you know, what's his, you know, football IQ like? And does he love the game? And all the stuff, the intangible things. And so, like, as we all started watching more and more tape, we were like, you know, Coach Reid and Veach and these guys were like, we gotta take these quarterbacks. We gotta bring them into the room and spend, like, you know, a good 6 to 8 hours with each of these guys in that draft class. And really, you know, we knew how much we loved the player, but bringing him in and just seeing him take it to the top with the person side of it was unbelievable. And, like, you could just see, like, he was special, and you didn't know it until things were going to happen. But I mean, my gosh, like, we were all on board. It was all conviction, and I just couldn't put the film down. He was just special.
I hear you, man. I'm with you on the first time you meet him, man. That first, what's up, dog? That first, like, yo, it's good. It's like your family forever after you get that from him, man. He's such a good dude, and I already know he's gonna ace that part of the test every single time. And I'm sure the football IQ was already through the roof when he got in.
The second that happened, the moment it happened, we were super excited, and, you know, it was one of those deals where then he came in as a freshman, or excuse me, as a rookie with Alex. You know, and it's like, and Alex taught me as a young position coach, you know, he's one of the most special human beings and people in my life. And what he did for that room and for Patrick and for myself and coach, everybody, that year, we'll all never forget it. And I just could tell story after story of that season of how good he was to Patrick, and also how well Patrick came in. Like Patrick didn't come in trying to be like, hey, I'm the future guy.
He came in the best teammate he could possibly be.
No doubt. And it just took off. And I think, like, you know,
but I'll say this though, a lot of the times that it's a two-way street, but the veteran in the room usually dictates how that goes. And because if the veteran is open to it and they embrace this opportunity to teach this young guy and to be a productive, like, room, it usually goes well, right?
Without a doubt. I mean, Alex is, you know, because of how good Patrick is, people forget what Alex did in the time that he was here.
Especially that year. Especially that year specifically.
That year, because we all remember, because we kind of took it personal, you know, everyone was calling Alex like a game manager, check down Charlie type guy. And go back to 17, his last year when Patrick was drafted. Go back and check out the numbers and tell us who had the highest downfield. Like, he didn't care. And Patrick or Alex was just killing it, man. And he's a winner. He's a hell of a person. And like you guys said, man, what he did for Patrick and for me as a coach, I mean, come on, man, that was unbelievable.
As good as gold, baby. What he did for me as a professional, his aura in the facility and how he conducted himself as a professional gave me an understanding of what I needed to get better at.
Sure.
And it wasn't necessarily the attributes. It was, how am I organizing all this information? How am I making myself better Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Like, how am I setting up that day on Tuesday? How am I setting up my day on Wednesday to understand the entire base game plan? You know what I mean? Right. Watching Alex and just talking to him about football, he gave you that confidence and understanding that he knew everything he could possibly need to know about the defense he was playing. And when you have that trust in not only the guy that's slinging the ball around, but when you have that trust in somebody next to you, you know, Mitchell Schwartz was the exact same way. Somebody that I knew he knew the answers to the test. because he was so smart and he understood defenses like that. And Alex, I would just go up to him and talk to him about pointless backside of the routes where I knew when it was zone, he was going to the 3-by side. And I would just be in my mind like, hey, like, is there ever a chance you're kind of like peeking back here 1-0? You know what I mean? I would just go up to him and just ask him questions, trying not to be annoying with it. But I just love talking ball with the guy. And he made me such a better player by just giving me just free wisdom, man.
The conversation around Travis Kelce potentially stepping away from football is starting to feel more real than ever. And this time, it's coming straight from his own words. During a recent podcast appearance, Kelce didn't officially confirm retirement, but he did something just as powerful. He opened up about the physical and mental toll of the game, hinting that this season could be his last ride with the Kansas City Chiefs. While speaking casually with teammates and coaches, Kelce reflected on the intense demand of the NFL, especially under legendary coach Andy Reid, whose famously grueling training drills push players to their absolute limits. Kelce admitted that no amount of off-season training truly prepares you for the reality of those moments, subtly reinforcing how exhausting the journey has become. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the wear and tear, Kelce also emphasized his role as a mentor to younger players. He spoke about guiding rising stars and helping them understand the game at a deeper level, something that clearly means a lot to him. That shift from superstar performer to locker room leader could be a sign he's preparing for life after football. And let's not forget, playing alongside Patrick Mahomes, Kelce has already built a legacy that most players can only dream of. Multiple Super Bowls, record-breaking performances, and a connection that defined an era in Kansas City. So while Kelce hasn't made it official yet, all the signs are pointing in one direction. The question now isn't if he'll retire, it's when. And if this really is his final season, fans might be witnessing the closing chapter of one of the greatest careers in NFL history.